What's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew Show this Thursday morning. And today, our guest host, Terrie Banish. Welcome.
Good morning.
Yes,
Thank you
welcome.
for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you're the only one that knows everything of the North County, so why
I don't know about everything. That's a lot of pressure.
Pretty close, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you do have a lot of insides.
Yeah.
So.
And then you take vacation, and then you're like, okay, wait, what's going on?
Right? I know. Sometimes I hate taking vacations because it's like, it takes you like 2 days to just remember where you left off.
Oh my gosh, it's taken me a week just to get back in the flow. And now I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah. So now tell us where you went. You went to Florida.
I went to Florida because I'm from South Florida,
Awesome.
West Palm Beach, Stuart, Florida, for those people that really know Florida, because there are some here in this area that know that area. It's a beautiful area. It's like this area of Florida where it's kind of the last untapped area of Florida. And we did things like Gatorland. Gatorland is the bomb. That is like the place to go. And
is that like an amusement park?
Yeah, it's up in Orlando, and it's not a theme park that everybody always goes to Universal and Disney World and Epcot and all of that. But if you have like a half a day, take in Gatorland this summer, because I tell you what, it's so much fun. And they rescue alligators. They really have a great program there with the alligators. And you have American alligators, you have white alligators, you have crocodiles from different places across the world type of thing on showcase. And you can zip line over the alligators. I mean, come on. We have zip lining here. It's just, over wineries. This is over a gator swamp. So
do you get to go feed them and stuff?
I don't think that, you can feed them, but you don't get that close.
Okay.
But you can watch the alligators jump when they are feeding them. And there's big alligators. Like, you don't want to mess with it. So Gatorland Orlando, and you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and really kind of look into that, because it is a thing. It's definitely a thing. And then you can sit on the gator and get your picture taken. Of course, they got gator.
Well, you said you can't get that close.
Well, the one that they tape its mouth shut.
Oh my gosh.
So we did a little of that. We did a little fishing. We went out on the ocean, and we caught a lot of red snapper.
Oh, nice.
And that's a good fish there. At that time anyway, that's what was happening. But it was really pretty. It was a good time of year to go, and not too humid, as we were talking about earlier. So
right before all the crazy of the hurricanes start rolling
and tourism
in.
and all that. So it wasn't as hectic, which is nice. It's like end of May, 1st of June, if you can get away, because it's before the kids are out of school. So you have a little bit of a lull, which is nice if you can take advantage. And I always also recommend going on an airboat. You don't have to do an airboat in the Everglades. There's airboat rides all over the place. Oh, that's the one that goes over like the land. Yeah, there's one that is in kind of North Vero Beach area, which is where they used to do all the Dallas Cowboys and the Dodgers, and like different training camps would roll through there. But they would definitely, they take you out on this whole entire area. Lots of acres. I don't even know how big it is. And you do see gators, and you see all of the natural wildlife and the cypress trees that are kind of in the water there. It's just beautiful.
Oh, what about the bug, like mosquitoes
mosquitoes happen even here.
Right, yeah.
So, right. So it just, you wear your, whatever you want to kind of get rid of the mosquitoes, and don't eat a lot of sugar before you go to Florida. Maybe, I don't know.
Why? What's with the sugar?
I don't know.
Does that attract mosquitoes?
I just think that some people are sweeter than others. That's all there is to it, and get attacked. I'm not that person, so I don't usually have an issue. But
I thought you had an inside. Like,
I always think it's a sugar thing. Well, my husband gets purely attacked, so it's like, okay, I think you eat a heck of a lot more sugar than I do. And he does. So I'm like, I don't know. Anyway,
that's fun.
Yeah, but it was fun, and it was good to see my mom. My mom lives there. She's in the house I grew up in since 3rd grade, so she lives right on the water. And it's just interesting to see the development. Pretty much. So there's a lot going on there. A lot of people are living in Florida now. There's a lot of orange groves when I grew up where we live, and now there's all homes. So it's changed a little bit, the neighborhood, as far as that goes. But she's on the water, and we can take the boat out and just go up in the, North Fork of the St. Lucie River kind of gig. And
so
it's cool.
Being that she's on the water, I mean, obviously you growing up in there, and we're just talking about hurricanes. I mean, have you experienced?
Oh yeah, I've been through a couple. Wow. Yeah, this is a big bad storm, really. But I think the scariest part of the hurricane obviously is the wind, and just watching, like the neighbor's roof come off, it's those type of things where you're like,
Wow.
oh no.
And you had to go out there and board up the windows and
Yeah, we
or do you
do.
just have flaps
We have
now?
shutters
Okay.
and we have the whole thing. And my mom's property sits up kind of a little higher from the water. So if anything, it is the water surge. That's always scary. And whenever she's having any kind of, weather activity there, I'm always watching to see what they're saying about the water surge, because that's always a little, that's a thing. But her house is, it's 50 years old and it's weathered some storms, definitely.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of fun.
That's cool.
I mean, that's not fun, but it's just, part of living there.
Yeah.
So,
And it's like, I mean, you live in California, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, we're not that far
Coast
from
to
the
coast.
beach.
Right.
And then you lived,
yeah.
I guess you live still
Yeah.
in
I'm
Florida.
half and half. I feel like sometimes
Yeah.
I travel back a little more often depending on what's going on, but yeah.
Wow. Well,
It's
very
a lot
cool.
of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Love talking about my hometown. I don't get to do that very often.
Yeah, well, it's so
you.
funny because, I mean, I'm afraid of flying, so I'm terrified. So,
Yeah.
like when we went to Hawaii, I mean, I had to sedate myself, through, means of consumption.
Yes.
And I was just terrified, just
Yeah.
because I'm thinking to myself going, there's no land anywhere I'm looking. It's just water. And you always see brand new trucks pulled over to the side, broken
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Where am I going to pull over?
Yeah, you're not
Nowhere.
gonna-
There's
You're not pulling
nowhere to
over.
pull over.
Yeah.
But that's cool. It's the Gatorland is kind of freaky.
Yeah.
That would be a little.
Depends on, it's pretty safe as far as that goes. So it's
Now, Terrie, what back there, like when growing up, did you participate in sports? Did you participate in organization? I mean, what was
did
your
I
child?
do?
Yeah.
That's dangerous. No, I was really into water skiing, and my parents, because we lived on the water, my parents had a boat and we would go every
In the ocean?
No, up in the river.
Oh, okay.
So they have, real rivers there that flow all the time, like so different than here. But we would go, it'd be like a Lake Nacimiento, but all rivers, and the rivers connect to the inlet, and the inlet connects obviously to the ocean. So we don't go out in the ocean, but we would water ski all up and down the waterways. And I water skied for I learned when I was in, I don't know how old I was, I think 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I water skied all the way up till like 9th grade. And then my father moved out here to California. So that's how I got coast to coast, because he worked
Gotcha.
for Pratt & Whitney. He's an engineer. And then, he came out here and worked for Boeing.
Oh, interesting.
But I thought for sure I would be a professional water skier. We had Cypress Gardens at the time. My parents would build the pyramids themselves. Like they would water ski behind a boat, and literally my mom would kick off her ski and climb up on the guys to get up to the top
No
and do
kidding.
pyramids. Yeah. So I always was like, wow, so as a kid growing up, I always wanted to do that and wanted to be more, do trick skis and slalom skiing. And I've done all of that. And that was my passion. That was my thing. So,
Wow.
but I never pursued it, but the theme park world I did. And that was, working for Six Flags for 10 years is how I kind of went out the gate after I got my college degree at San Diego State, and went from there. And San Diego, of course, has tons of water skiing at that time, especially. I kind of followed that path a
Interesting.
little bit. Yeah.
Well, which is a great segue. Did you know that Atascadero Lake, you used to be able to ski on
That is a
Atascadero Lake?
perfect segue. Yeah.
Right? Did you ski
Yeah.
on Atascadero Lake?
No, I did. Yeah, no. If anything, when we bought our house up here because of Lake Nacimiento, I was like, oh, cool. We have water ski lake. We could get a boat and all of that. So, no, I never skied on Atascadero
How cool
Lake.
would that be to still be able to ski on the lake? I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
you wouldn't
ain't
get a
gonna
lot of
happen.
skiers. I mean, probably be a lot more injuries
Yeah.
than anything. But
Yeah,
how cool would that be?
Exactly. It would be cool. Now you can paddleboard on Atascadero Lake, and that has come in because of the Atascadero Lake Fest that I know that they'll be talking about.
But you can't swim
later.
in Atascadero Lake.
You can't swim. So if you fall off the paddle board, just get out of the water really fast. Because there's not lifeguards on duty or any of that kind of thing. You can fish on Atascadero Lake, and you just have to have your fishing license and bring your pole out there, and they stock it with trout and stuff. So it's got fish in it. So it's worth doing. And then, of course, the paddle boats. And you have Mr. Putter's boathouse, and there's the paddle boats, and then you have the Surrey bikes that you can rent and stuff like that. So you can definitely enjoy the lake.
Do you remember the old big ATC paddles? You know,
Yes.
the three-wheeler, they're
Yes.
monster. I mean, the tires are as big as this room.
Yeah, they have something similar out there like that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, yeah, they've invested in a couple different boats. So it's a lot of fun because Mr. Putter's obviously golf is Dirk and Grayson Dole, and they have the business out there on the lake. And so they've invested some really fun things out there for people to try.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and you have a wine festival. We have concerts coming up too that you can get out on the lake. So we got lots of things going on.
Well, you know what? Let's go to commercial, and then we'll come back and we will talk all things Atascadero.
Okay.
So we'll be right back.
We don't just serve it up. We roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up. All in Atascadero.
Welcome back to What's Up North County Morning Brew, and on the show, guest hosting, we have Terrie Banish. So we were talking Atascadero, we are talking Atascadero Lake, we are talking skiing.
Yep.
So let's dig down. What is happening in Atascadero? There's so many.
We got a lot happening.
There's so much stuff just like popping up.
Oh my gosh,
you
yeah.
know?
So there's several things that people probably already know about. We have Sonic is going to go in where KFC was, across from In-N-Out Burger. And then we
oh my gosh, that's going to be a traffic disaster.
I don't know. I think we're pretty good about rerouting the way that KFC sits back. I'm not the expert engineer with the public works area type of thing. So, but they will make it work. I know that. We have Chipotle that's going in where A&W was. So even though it's a bummer that A&W is not there anymore, it is nice to have Chipotle come in. So
with the drive, does Chipotle normally a drive-through?
Yeah, I don't know if they're sealing up the window or if they're going to keep it active. I think they're going to keep it active, but usually they're not a drive-through. So that'll be interesting. And I wish I had that for you, but I will see what happens. We have a large gas station going in on the south side of town, and there will be fast food in there as well. I'm not sure quite what that is yet. Santa Maria Brewing is being looked at by a variety of different breweries, possibly. So we'll see what happens.
Still kind of keeping that restaurant action.
Definitely. And there's all kinds of rumors around that right now, but it'll be exciting once that is nailed down. I don't know.
You don't know?
Someone else probably knows more than I know, because that's okay, because that's what happens. And I've been gone for a couple of days, so it's been kind of catching up to everybody on what's happening next, because it does change. We have our downtown infrastructure enhancement project that'll be going on. That is coming to fruition as far as how that's going to take place. And this is where we take El Camino Real down to one lane on each side through the downtown from Morro Road up to Rosario. So it'll be a big project for us, and that's something that is kind of like ongoing right now.
And that's where the parking spaces are going to go down the middle?
We'll have the extra 200 parking spaces through the middle, and it'll be really cool, and it will really make more of a downtown area, so that's exciting. We have quite a few different businesses coming into the downtown as well. So we have Atascadero Pottery, and that's a brand new location that's right on Entrada there. They're next to Fa For You. And they're kind of making where you can make your own pottery, and they have all kinds of different classes. I can't wait to check it out. I haven't had a chance to check it out. So definitely get downtown and see what's going on there. We have Rumor Goods, which is a brand new store. We have, I can't even think of all the different businesses that we have, but definitely go check out downtown Atascadero, because there's a lot going on and a lot of stores. So you can definitely, spend a Saturday in shopping between all of our retail stores like Fair and Elizabeth and Bloke and there's a ton. Indigo Clothing, Anna and Company. I mean, there's just a lot you can do to get what you come down for, whether it's a special gift or whatever that might be. And then, you can grab something to eat at Barley and Boar that's brand new, just opened. So
that's really cool. I mean, it's good to see the town kind of like, turning the lights on,
Yeah.
Because for so long, it's just really been just a dull, nothing there.
Well, now you have the whole La Plaza. You got all the businesses there are Metza Clothing. You got Ernest Grace Clothing. You have
you got the
A-Town Chop Shop, right?
Yeah, we got the Chop Shop. We got the axe throwing.
And it's so cool. It's like, I love the way that they opened up the whole area, like all the windows, like you can it's just so inviting. It's such a cool establishment. And then Cielo is open now for lunch. Italian Restaurante, when they were just dinner, now they're lunch and dinner. And so that's exciting. But we have 805 Board Shop right there. We have FC Board Shop across the street. So you can do your, whatever you need. Yeah.
And then with all the events, I mean, Atascadero's, it's just really, it's really good to see, not so much, you think of the North County, all the things that are happening in Paso.
Yeah.
Which was true for a very long time. And now, Atascadero is kind of, they downshifted. You guys downshifted and kind of grabbed a lower gear and, really starting to take off.
We definitely have.
Tamale Fest was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I was out of control.
that was pretty fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We actually sat over there across the street on the balcony at Ancient Oaks.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Ancient L.
And just sat there and just people watched.
Yeah.
It got cold, unfortunately,
it's funny, first weekend of May, and I have rain the week coming up to the event. Right. We have rain, not me, but in my world, that was bigger than what other folks are probably thinking about. But I'm like, wow, no way is it going to be rained out again. Because usually that doesn't happen to us. But the fireworks were awesome. I mean, all of the weekends. So we're probably looking to move it to the first weekend of May. And I'll just make that announcement here because that's what we're working on. And that's something that it's just with the El Nino prediction and the rain in January and just having to, work through that all the time. It just makes sense to, kind of do it around Cinco de Mayo weekend type thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, you know what? We're going to pause on this.
Okay.
And we've got Lori Bryant with SLO County News calling in. She's probably calling from her war room right now. And I know she's got everything that we need to know what's happening in the North County. Lori, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
We are doing awesome. How are you?
Yes. Oh, great. I sent Eric, I sent you guys a post from Paso PD that they made just an amazing arrest the other night. They got someone that clearly looks to be dangerous off the streets, and good for them. And I just sent you the post so you could see the picture that the PD put out. Cool. So far today, we're looking good. The roadways look clear. It's going to be another gorgeous day. We've got tons of events coming up this weekend, just like Terrie's telling you guys in Atascadero and Paso and Templeton. We've got all kinds of stuff going on this weekend, so enjoy it. And that's pretty much it. The roadways are clear so far, but I'm sure my war room will beep as soon as I hang up.
Right.
And
well,
I don't have brandy this morning. I got coffee.
We might have to have an evening news What's Up North County segment.
You never know. I mean, you just never know around here. The good news is the kids it looks like I was by the park yesterday. They're having a blast. Templeton had their big thing last night, their first music in the park. And so everybody's starting to click together. It's starting to go. I think tonight Paso has theirs, right? So it's going to be, now we get to have summer, but the weather is just perfect.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it could be worse. It could be, 110 during the daytime, but then it makes for a nice evening versus, 80 during the daytime and 60 and 50 in the evening. But like I said, we'll complain no matter what it is. So
exactly. We got pretty windy yesterday afternoon here, but I love this. It's gorgeous. It's like you can go outside in the morning with your hoodie and then take it off, and then you have your short sleeve shirt on and you're ready to go. So
right.
Yeah, it's a great day. Awesome. It's going to be another great Thursday.
Very cool. Well, Lori, again, thank you so much. We really appreciate you calling in and telling us all about the North County and where we can go, where we can't, and how we stay safe. And we really appreciate you guys' efforts there with SLO County News.
Yes, and make sure you post that post. That was when you see what they got, it's almost frightening. The stuff that they got off this guy. So they did a great job. Good job on Paso PD, and good job on everybody. They're keeping the roads safe. Everybody's doing really well.
Awesome. All right, Lori. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Bye, Eric.
Bye-bye. SLO County News, 29,000 and growing followers.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So, well, you know what? Let's take a break, and we will go back into All Things Atascadero. Yeah. So we will be right back with Terrie Banish.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome back to the Morning Brew. Terrie Banish with us this wonderful Thursday morning. So we are talking all things Atascadero.
Yes, we were. So we in the La Plaza and downtown and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
But we have, of course, we have a lot of events coming up.
Right.
And like Lori was saying, we have our concerts in the park kicks off this weekend on Saturday.
Yep. So you got, let's see here. We've got the JD Project kicking it off this weekend.
Yep.
And let's see, who else you got? So you got July 1st, you got Club DV8.
Yep.
July 8th, you have the Rockin' Bees Band.
Yep, that's a lot of fun.
July 22nd, you have Riptide.
Yep.
July 29th, Way Out West.
Yes,
which
the
is
Way Out West
country.
is Martin Paris.
Oh, really?
Originally. So it's the Martin Paris Band, if everybody remembers Martin Paris Band. So Martin Paris moved to Tennessee or Georgia, right around there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. He comes over and does solo stuff and is still very involved in the North County. But Way Out West is the band that took off from Martin Paris Band. So everybody wants to know that. I mean, that's kind of where that comes from. So really good band.
And then August 5th, you have Unfinished with the Beatles.
Yes. So Unfinished Business. They're kind of like Ed Miller and his band recreating that Unfinished with the Beatles. And I hear it's super cool. So, just bring all genres of music and give good variety is what we're after with our concert series.
Then you have Painted Red Music. And then after that, you have the Cinder Blues Band.
Yes. So
awesome.
Painted Red are a group of retired firefighters. They're amazing. They did our one of our events a couple of years back, and they did such a great job because it was our tribute to the I forget what year, 20th year of the 9/11 and the whole thing. So we did a whole thing around that, and they were a part of that, and it was just a lot of fun. They did a really great job.
Oh, no kidding.
So a lot of great bands to come out and see. It's free. It starts at 6:30 every Saturday.
And we're at the Sunken Gardens, right?
We're at Atascadero Lake Park. Yeah, and Atascadero Lake Park Bandstand, right there on the lake. So as we're talking lake, make a full day of the lake because that's a thing. Bring a picnic basket out there. Go to the zoo. The Charles Paddock Zoo is amazing, and there's a lot of new things going on at the zoo. So it's kind of cool to go check out, some of the things they have going on. And the zoo educators are out there, and they do a lot of different talks throughout the day on the tiger and the lemurs and all the things that we have going on at the zoo. So you can make a full day of being out there and then enjoy a concert in the evening at 6:30. And we have this Saturday, we'll have Zen Dog and Paradise Shaved Ice. So if you're, on the fly and you're running to different things, because I know there's a lot going on this weekend with Cal Poly graduations and stuff like that. So, we have food. So just bring your wallet and, support these people that are out there,
very cool.
making a name for themselves. So
yeah. And we just had Josh Krause on yesterday.
Yes.
and he was telling us about
Wine festival.
the wine festival, but the Madagascar.
Yeah, Madagascar exhibit.
Yeah.
And the whole, I mean, that is our next exhibit that we're working on is Madagascar.
Where's that going to be?
All of that is kind of like, I don't want to give too much because it's all being discussed. It's not like finalized on where and what and all that, but the lemurs are through the entrance to the left. But then there's a whole area in the back. So it just kind of depends, where we're looking to build that out. But nothing has been set yet.
Like
the back of the zoo, kind of
corner of
where the wallaby is, and back in that like section towards
the park, towards
Pismo and 41.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a couple different areas. So that's something that's in the works as far as that goes, as far as locations and how the animals are paired together and all of that. But it's exciting. It'll be like the red panda exhibit.
Oh,
so
cool.
It'll be like that Indo-Burma type of, feel, or Madagascar feel, but it'll be Indo-Burma's like the whole red panda, that biodiverse hotspot is what that is, and we have 5 different biodiverse hotspots at the zoo. So
wow,
yeah, it's a cool thing.
I always tell people that I helped to build the zoo when I was a kid.
Yeah, yes.
Because as one of my community services, because I got in trouble as a youth, I had to put those little black slats in the chain link fence around the whole front part there.
Oh, nice.
So I spent a whole weekend doing like this and feeding it through the little chain link of the fences. So,
now I know who to come to if you need help with that.
Yeah, so you're welcome. It's because of me.
It's because of Randy. Yeah. There you go.
But yeah, we have the concerts in the series in the park, and then
and then we have our wine festival weekend.
Yes, 26
obviously.
years.
Yeah, so we have June 23rd kicks off with the Atascadero winemaker and mayor's dinner. So it's actually, I said it wrong, it's the Atascadero Kiwanis and mayor's winemaker dinner, and that's at the pavilion on the lake, and that kicks off at 5 o'clock on Friday. And so definitely get your tickets for that. They have some tickets left, so definitely go on to visitatascadero.com. We have the links for everything under that event. So we have the link for the wine festival, because the wine festival is from 4 to 8 on Saturday, as Josh told you. Tickets are $90 right now. They'll be $100 if you buy them at the gate. Includes, they have over 100 wineries, breweries, art vendors, food vendors. It's a lot of fun to go out and enjoy that.
And they're doing the $10 bucks back.
Yes.
So
he has all of the different little promotions and things that you'll want to take advantage of for sure. And then also we have a golf tournament. So during the day on Saturday, kicking off at 8 a.m. at Chalk Mountain Golf Course is the Atascadero Optimist Club. They do the golf tournament. And so the golf tournament is another event that raises money for another nonprofit. So all these raise money for nonprofits. So the Kiwanis are raising money. The Optimists are raising money with their golf tournament. And then the Wine Festival raises money for the Charles Paddock Zoo, Friends of Charles Paddock Zoo, and also other nonprofits that they give to. They kind of designate another nonprofit through that. So all of your monies go to support our area in North County. So
that's
awesome. It's a good thing. Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's funny. I talked to Gail yesterday because she was on the show also. And so she's going to try to get me one of the wineries that was originally in the very first Wine Fest in 1995, I think. Yeah. 1995 was the very first one. So, just kind of see how it evolved from, you guys getting around that, hey, let's have a wine fest.
Oh my gosh. We used to pour at Atascadero Lakeside Wine Festival with our winery, with Black Hand Cellars. And my kid was a baby in her little, whatever I had at the time, stroller that lays out to a little play area. I know, exactly. That's what we did. But it's just interesting because my mom has those pictures up in her home in Florida. And I'm like, wow. So I'm always flashing back to that time frame. And that was 20 years ago. She's 20. So it's, it's interesting that festival has really evolved and been a very local area wine festival as well. We do get some tourism coming in, probably around 20% or so, but it's very local and very, it's just fun because you see people that and it's just really a great time.
Well, what's really cool about that is Wine Fest. Just north of the grade, we have what 350 plus, wineries
700
or
wineries
I don't know if you call them wineries because some of them aren't a winery, but they're wines.
Yeah,
so wines.
They count.
And there's so much stuff going on that weekend.
Yes.
And then you guys, I think she said there was it 45 or 65 wine people coming to the wine fest that.
It's like
they chose to come to Atascadero, because of, probably many reasons.
And many reasons,
but that's really
great
cool.
Camaraderie. And we'll have, I know, with the art element of it, we have Patrick Dennis with Patrick Dennis Gallery coming in from Cambria to do a live painting. And his paintings, I mean, they're just amazing. And they fetch a high dollar amount. And it's just fun to watch him actually paint the painting and put that together as the festival's happening. You can go by and see where it's at, and then you come back by. What do you mean?
What's he going to paint? Just the festival?
He does, I don't know, because he does all kinds of different abstract type of paintings, but he's very engaging with it. So he's not, he really loves to talk about what he's doing. So, and he's great at that part where not all artists are. I mean, they just aren't. It's like, he's not kind of like John Partridge. You remember John would sit out there and he'd paint whatever building, and he'd be at the Pastoral Wine Festival and do that.
Okay.
This is the same, but it's more abstract, but he might be painting Montana de Oro, or he does a lot of that beach looking things, but he might do the wine festival area of Atascadero Lake Park. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
So he'll start it there.
Yeah, he will start it there.
And then
you can watch it evolve, yes, as he's through the 4 hours, because he'll be there the whole time working on this painting.
Oh, very cool.
And then they have the wine glasses you can paint. It's a lot of fun.
Gosh, so what happens after Wine Fest, the Hot August Nights?
Well, the big event would be Cruising Weekends. So we have the 30th annual Hot El Camino Cruise Night. And then we have our Dancing in the Streets and Mid-State Car Show, Mid-State Cruisers Car Show. So that's a whole weekend. That's August 18th, 19th. And then something that we haven't talked about at all. Central Coast Cider Festival is back. So that cider festival went for 4 years, I believe, 2019, of course, being the last year. And now they're back August 12th. So August 12th and 13th is Cider Festival weekend, basically. The 13th,
August 12th. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
August 12th.
August 12th.
And 13th? So it's a 2 days?
So it's a 1 day festival, but the August 13th date, like Bristol's and Poison Apple Cider and all these folks, they'll have things going on that next day. So you'll want to plan for it to be Cider Festival weekend. So they are going to be at Pavilion on the Lake, and tickets just went on sale. So you'll have to go to visitatascadero.com and click on the event. And you can click on the link that takes you to the ticket sales. It's a great spot. It's a hub for all of our events. So any information you need is found there. So.
Oh, very cool. So, yeah. I mean.
Yep. Thank you.
Visitatascadero.com.
Yeah, visit Atascadero.com and click on events, and all the events are listed. We have concerts will be going on, every weekend except for Wine Festival weekend and Cruising weekend. But every Saturday, other than that, you'll have a concert going on too. So we have that, and then we have movies in the parks, in the park, because I'm so used to saying in the gardens. In the park starts up, we'll do that at Colony Park. So we're moving it from Sunken Gardens to Colony Park. And the reason being is a lot of it has to do with the noise and the volume.
Colony Park, which one's that?
That's down on Traffic Way at the community center.
Okay, softball fields.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be kind of over in that direction, because it is hard to hear. Mm-hmm. And because there's so much going on downtown around Sunken Gardens. So we're going to give it a try and see. And if
so
no one likes it, we'll move it.
Do you have different organizations and groups? Okay, so you guys here, you guys are focusing on Wine Fest and movie night. Okay, you guys over here are focusing on, this, that, and another.
Yeah,
it's like
it's all of us at the city, really focusing. We have our recreation team, and they do an amazing job. And they're on it with the concerts, with the movies. I'm promoting everything. Heaven forbid I come up with another event. So,
you ever just go, why did I do that? Why?
No, not yet. I think of big things when I think of, what are we able to handle and do it right. So we have to pace ourselves. And that's part of the reason for taking different events and moving them around for next year. Only 2 of them, Brew at the Zoo and Tamale Festival. We're really kind of looking at what time of year do we want to do these events, and we can't have them back to back if we were to move Tamale Festival. So it's trying to work. And when you do that or at an event, you have to make sure that you're not conflicting with another event in the county. Just moving Brew at the Zoo, we'd like to do September 9th for Brew at the Zoo this year. So Whale Rock is happening.
Wait, you just had Brew at the Zoo.
I know.
You're going to do another one?
We're going to do another one.
Woo-hoo! Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering from the last one.
I know, right? But we have to look at different events like Whale Rock Festival that competes. And then I forget what else. There's the Great American Beer Festival that they do in Colorado, I think. Anyway, we have to look at all of the different things to make sure that we don't move an event like that on a date that conflicts with something that's big. And that will just pull everybody, because we want everyone to be successful.
Wow.
So you have to think of everything and other industries.
Well, you know what I thought was cool with the what's Wine Fest was the time.
Yeah.
4 to 8. I mean,
Nice
that's such a great. I mean, because everybody competes for that. Midday.
Yeah.
Event. Okay, what am I getting? Oh, I can't go to that one. I can't. So it's like now you can.
Yeah.
You can do
exactly.
whatever other event that's going on between 11 and 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So with the Atascadero Wine Fest starting at 4.
Yeah.
Get into the evening. I'm sure probably because traditionally it's at 900 degrees, so we try to get a little cooler weather.
Yeah.
But I mean,
especially that event, because that event used to be during the day and it was so hot. Like it was
you
hot.
just have a bunch of people passed out.
Oh my gosh.
Drinking.
So they moved it back, and that made sense because
awesome.
then the golf tournament could happen. You had time to go back to your hotel or your home or whatever and change and then go to the festival. So it was intentionally moved back like that. So it could be, everybody could have a good time. But definitely check out the winemaker dinner. Definitely check out the golf tournament. The wine festival for sure, but it's a big weekend next weekend, so we're excited about that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, let's it's 8:11, so let's take a break real quick, and we will be right back.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Brew Show. We got Terrie Banish in here with us, guest hosting. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah,
I mean, it's my coffee. I'm brewing.
Go ahead. It's like I said, this is very laid back. I mean, we're
Thank you.
Yeah, it's cool to have you in here. In a different role, just kind of relax. I know you're like, what do I do with myself?
Talking about today?
Yeah, you're like, I'm just like, hey, we're just gonna talk about different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is cool because there is so much stuff going on in Atascadero.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on in the North County. I mean, it's literally. We were talking the other day, like, okay, so Mondays, what's a Monday? Monday's the first day of the work week, everybody's down.
Yeah.
Tuesday, nothing really happens. Wednesday, you kind of start feeling a little bit better. Thursday, you start kind of planning your weekend.
Yeah.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
So now you start planning, what's happening this weekend. What are you doing Friday night? What are you doing Saturday?
Exactly.
And between, we're right here in Templeton, so we're literally right in the middle of,
all the fun.
Everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just really cool.
Yeah,
And then you get to see, like I said, you get to see businesses come in, cool businesses, like we're talking about the axe throwing in Atascadero. You got, the water park just opened and back and past. I mean, it's just, it's like, why do we need to leave? We don't have to leave.
Yeah, we really don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we have everything here. And then if you want a little beach time, you can get that. You can, go
30 minutes away.
Yeah, we had a little theme park out there with the otters. I mean, you can take Burgess Landing on a whale watching, whatever. We have so much stuff going on that we could really, you don't have to go anywhere. People come here to visit us.
I know.
So it's weird when you leave San Luis Obispo Airport because you're like, well, I kind of want to stay here.
I know. Well, that's why I always say, it's like especially the North County, we live in this this little weird bubble that isn't really California, and it's hard to explain to somebody that's never, been here because they say, oh, you're from California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me. Yes.
Yeah. You probably get that a lot.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
It's like we'll go back to Idaho or wherever they say, just don't tell them you're from California.
Right.
It's like, I have to, because I have to tell them, I mean, because it's not really, we got to change this part of the North County, like a different state.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Right? We'll just be our own colony.
I know, exactly.
We'll just be our own colony.
It is, and I always refer to it as California's treasure coast because I'm going to another treasure coast with Florida. And it's like I have the best of both worlds, and it's really pretty cool. And even back home, I mean, they're like, Terrie, don't tell anybody about us. And I'm like, exactly.
Well, thanks, Sunset Magazine.
I know, right? Exactly. We're in the same boat, actually. But we're so blessed to be here. It's just so pretty too. And even when it doesn't rain and it's all brown out, type of thing, it's still gorgeous. I mean, the hills of San Miguel when I'm coming home, because I'm really in North County, all the golden, like the sun, how it just sets on the golden hills. It just looks so pretty.
Oh,
it's just that whole landscape, like of California. We're just so fortunate.
Well, what's funny is this whole super bloom that we just went through. Yeah.
Super weeds.
Exactly. That's exactly what they are. But it's, I don't ever pay attention to that. And I probably would have never paid attention to that unless there was such a big, you got to go check it out. Everybody's and I drive over to the Bakersfield and come back, and it was like, I'm sitting there looking at these, it was just purple and yellow and orange, and I'm like going, I wonder if this is what they're talking about, the super bloom. And I'm like, obviously.
It is.
But I'm like, there's so many colors. It was just like.
I did that too. I came back from
crazy.
Through Bakersfield on the 46, 41, whatever, Fresno, Bakersfield, that whole Y thing. It was just so pretty. I'm like, oh my God, it's so pretty out here. It just was a great drive.
It was amazing. And it only lasted, a couple weeks or something like that?
Yeah, a couple weeks. Now it was really in full bloom, and it was really awesome. It's kind of like fall, right? Back east, where you have to hit it at a certain time, where you can see all the beautiful fall colors. It's the same thing with our super bloom, and that's how I look at it. But I never made it out to the Carrizo Plains. I was hoping I could do that, but I saw tons of pictures.
Well, you didn't really have to. I mean, you got right there in 41, 46.
In my backyard even, literally, we had a lot of flowers. Now we have a lot of weeds. I have the injuries to prove it because I've been out there.
And snakes. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I can't believe you posted that.
Oh my God.
It was like chasing you.
I know.
Yeah. I had nightmares for like 2 days after that.
I definitely had major issues.
And that was like a monster.
He was a big guy. I think it was a female actually, and she had like 15 buttons. So my husband got the rattlesnake to go in the black boot because they do, like your yard boots, plastic rubber boots, whatever. They'll go into the boot. You have to kind of, get a broom and make them go in, but they go to the very bottom. They won't come back out, not like a regular snake. So we flap over the rubber part, and then he takes it down the road. They're great snakes, but they bite. That's the only thing. Just, I mean, they kill gophers and mice and all the stuff we need them to do. So we really try to not kill them. But man, this one, I was like, 3 times that day, I ran into this snake.
The same one?
Yeah, it had to be.
After you taking it down the road?
Yeah, no, this was before he took it away, and that's where I've been like, okay, this is ridiculous. And the one time, it was laying on the rocks and blended in so well. I had walked past it probably 4 or 5 times, loading up my car with stuff. Didn't see it because I'm paying attention, and I'm like, oh my God, I had 3 heart attacks because I'm like. You do, and then gopher snakes look like a rattlesnake at first, and there's 2 gopher snakes that day, so there's 3 snakes, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't be outside anymore. I'm like making sure the slider's shut because I've had a king snake get in my house before. So, and get in my shoe, like in the closet, because it went around into the slider, into the closet, went down to the bottom of my tennis shoe, and I watched it. So imagine if you didn't see that. So keep your screen door shut, you guys. If you got kids rolling in and out, I don't care where you're at in the North County, especially. Keep your door shut. Keep your garage door shut. All of it. Because you never know. And your kids, you got to watch for your kids. You have a little one, and you got to, yeah. Anyhow.
I mean, the Toy Story, there's a snake in my boot.
I know.
Right?
I've had it happen.
Oh my gosh.
I shake them every time out. Like I'm like,
but you said they don't come out.
Well, I shake them regardless because you never know what's in the bottom of that boot. You know what I mean? It could be a mouse for all I know. You know what I mean? It's just for when you go in the garage
keep
and you
our
put on your
boots
boot.
in the garage.
Yeah, well, always shake them out because you never know.
I would die if I got bit by a snake.
Oh yeah,
in my boot.
Oh my gosh.
I would just lay down and wait for it to happen.
No, we go to the hospital.
Oh my gosh, that's so
give
crazy.
You anti-venom. Have anti-venom in your. We've had our lab get stung by a snake.
Do you have anti-venom at the house?
We used to, but we don't anymore. So it expires, and so it's kind of like you just take it down to Atascadero, whatever. Take your dog down to Atascadero Veterinary Hospital. It's usually our pets. And they will
have it on
pretty
hand?
fast. Yeah, typically
because there's only certain veterinarians that have it on hand.
And that's the one. And that I've gone through this whole experience. $1,800 later. This was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. Imagine what it costs now. But our lab, she got bit by a rattler, and her whole little face became like Snoopy. And I'm like, I come home from work, and I'm like, what's wrong with Sprig, right? And everybody's like, well, I think she got bit by a bee. I go, she didn't get bit by a bee. There's blood coming. I'm like, let's go. So we went down to the vet hospital. We were in the nick of time. We took care of her. She made it through it. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah, just don't risk it. I mean, it is that time of year. So.
Well, we had, and I forget her name. She's a professor at Cal Poly.
Yeah.
And she's also a rattlesnake wrangler.
Oh wow, I need to meet her.
Yeah, and so so she basically call me up, and then she'll you find a snake, she'll come out and get that snake and take it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So she repositions,
awesome.
the rattlers, only rattlers.
Right.
And but they have a resident rattlesnake that they use for trainings.
Oh wow.
And so cool. They'll train groups on rattlesnake, bites, this and that. But then they also train dogs and animals how to not engage with a rattlesnake.
That
somehow.
Is awesome.
So
that is good. Yeah.
And that would be pretty interesting to see. And of course I wouldn't go to it, but it would be interesting to see, because I always think about my dogs, in the backyard.
Dogs for sure.
They chase lizards.
Yeah.
They love lizards. So they just be like, hey, this is a big long lizard that hisses at me.
Exactly.
So, and they wouldn't know.
And that's where I get the most nervous, is when my lab is out and the snake is right there, and I'm like, okay, you have to get in the garage. Like, we have to lock you up, because I don't want to go through that ever again. I know.
All right, Terrie. Well, it is 8:20. We got to wrap up. We have the ladies from Kennedy Club Fitness coming in,
Very cool.
talking about the silver class, fitness class. So, young lady, she says that Kennedy Club Fitness saved her life.
Oh, very cool. I'll have to tune into that.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
Well,
so,
thank you.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, telling us all things Atascadero, giving us the latest breaking news of Cider Fest coming back.
Coming, absolutely.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's exciting. Good
very
stuff.
Cool.
All right,
Terrie, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate your support as well.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County Morning Brew, guys. And we can't do this without our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Paso Robles Furniture, Amy and Jamie's Place, and 5-Star Rain Gutters. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Veux-tu danser avec moi?
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up. All in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have